This conference will now be recorded. This conference will now be recorded.
So today, I hope everybody has created your Amazon account. Let me know if anybody not created. Just ping me or you can speak out. No problem. Okay, I'm assuming everybody has created. Okay, fine. That's fine. So just log in, how to log into your Amazon cloud. So just type aws.amazon.com, right? Here you have to click on sign into the console. Normally the main page, the Amazon cloud main dashboard, we can say dashboard, you see the when you type in amazon.in you get a main page, right? So that is the main page of that amazon.in. Similarly Amazon cloud also will have its own dashboard, we call it as console. So that is a reason here they're saying it that sign into the console. Now we have here two options, root user, IAM user. In real time we always connect to the console, Amazon console, using the IAM user role. Without we never connect using root user. You should remember that. So if the interviewer asks you how you connect your cloud, if you say root user, then they immediately ask you, are you a DevOps lead? So that way only leads will have the option to connect as a root user, not the other people. Other DevOps engineers have to connect using IAM user only always. If you said accidentally you said root user, then if you said you are DevOps lead, then your experience we keeping 3+ years, right? So that is will not make him convinced that you are a DevOps lead. That is the reason. Forget about root user. Whenever you're working on the cloud, we always while in this course we always use root user because we have to create various services, right? That is the reason we always use root user. But in real time, we always use IAM user. Only the DevOps lead, the DevOps administrator, the main person who will log into the as a root user, and he will create accounts for other DevOps engineers. He will create accounts for them, and he will create account, and he will give them the user and password details, so that next time the new joinees or DevOps engineers will join using IAM user. These in detail we will learn in our course, but as of now, when you see this, better you understand why we have both. Okay, but while learning our course, we will be using root user only, right? Okay, then use your email ID and the password. One moment, I will hide my screen. So this is the main, this is called console home. You see, console home. This is called console home. So this is a main page. So here whatever tools, whatever services we have used in the cloud, recently used, those will be shown here. Recently visited, these are the various services, whatever we have used, those will be shown here. But you, if you have created recently, then you will not see any service over there, right? That is about it. And then in our demo, in our previous session, we spoke about various regions, right? So on the right side, if you see, this is a region. So now I am in Mumbai region. Like that like that we have multiple regions. Like that we have multiple regions, like here Mumbai, Osaka, Seoul, Singapore, Sydney, Tokyo. So any region you can select as per the requirements. So so what we do mostly we work on Mumbai region, and on the right side the account name will come. Your account name will come. If you are a IAM user, here you under this account ID you will get another name here, IAM user, and your name will come here. When we working on how to create IAM users, at that time we will discuss these things. But as of now, this is my account name and my account ID. And regarding billings and billings details we can get here. We will go to into it later. And here the security credentials. If you want to change your credentials, you can go here. And this contains various service quotas. And this is about your organization who created this account. Those details we'll discuss sometime later. But as of now, the main thing is that this is your name and your account ID, and this is your region. Okay, this is your region. And now, what are services? See, on the left side we have various services available here. If you click on the services, here we will see different categories. We have these major categories inside AWS cloud. So for a category called analytics, if you click on it, all the services belonging to the analytics category will be displayed over here. Similarly, application integration for blockchain, right? Business applications. So like that, for every category, we have different cloud provides different services. For even game development, they have different service. IoT, Internet of Things, right? Machine learning, the people who working on machine learning, they can also work on cloud, and they can utilize these services provided by the cloud provider. Those This comes under machine learning, right? It's like that, many more media services, robotics. There are many services available here, but as a DevOps engineer, we will be not using all these services. We will using mostly creating the infrastructure, like we will work on compute. For example, in compute we have EC2 instance. We will create mostly we'll use this service EC2 instance, and we work on elastic beanstalk. We will discuss that what it is, and then lambda. So when we get into that topic, I will explain in deep what is lambda is. So these are services we work on this compute category. And containers also, when we start working on Docker and Kubernetes, at that time we come here, and we will see how we can use these services. And in database also we will work on DynamoDB, okay, Amazon Document DB, right, and RDS. Some of the database services we use. When in between we have these topics as well. At the time we come here and we work on database as well. Similarly, we have security, identity, and compliance. As I told you, we will be working on IAM. So how to create accounts for other DevOps users. Identity access management is a service where a root user can create accounts for other users. Why he create accounts for other users? Because suppose a person having 2 years experience, okay, and he joins, and suppose that person have full permissions. Then no, on this cloud, as I told you, lot of services, servers will be created, and all will be shown on this cloud, on this main console. Everything will shown here. Where it will be shown, I will show you in a moment. So the person with 2 years experience can log in, and he can stop that server. If he stop the server, then the server having what I told you, right? The servers always will have applications running or database are running inside it, right? If you stop it unknowingly, then the customers who are trying to connect to that application will not able to connect. So that things can happen, right? So that is the reason. What happens is that the administrators will not give will give only limited permissions to them. That way they will create accounts for them. So while working on IAM service, we will discuss in deep. Like similarly, we have storage types, like what is AWS backup. Like administrators manually long time back, now also they do, they take backups every day, every week, every month they take. So all those, how we can do those things, we will learn when this topic come. And then elastic file system. So what is elastic file system, that also we will discuss, right? And then S3 and S3 glacier we will learn. So when we work come on storage topic, then we will cover these storage types. Okay, and a few more are there, I will introduce them slowly. But as of now, let's try to understand one service called EC2, elastic cloud computing. EC2 is nothing but elastic cloud computing. In short, we say EC2, say elastic cloud. So that means what it will do. So using that, now you are sitting on your in your laptop, right? Now I'm using my laptop here. Okay, it's my laptop. Now I logged into my machine. Now what I will do, I will connect to, already I have connected. I am already on the cloud now. I have logged in. I am already logged into the cloud now. Now cloud is ready to serve you. Now I want to create a server. Then it will create it. Where it will create, because I've chosen here Mumbai region. I've selected Mumbai region, right? So I told you Mumbai region will contain 3 data centers. So where we can see that, I will show you in a moment. So now I want to create a server, but in Mumbai region. So then automatically, when you provide all the details, then on the Mumbai region, this is a Mumbai region, and in this region a server will be created. Mumbai region, and in this region, as I told you, we have multiple 3 data centers. In one of the data center, a server will be created. This is a, or I should say, availability zone. Zone, this can be one, zone one. It will contain 3 more, but in this picture I'm not showing it. But two more are there. But think we'll take one zone first. Now for my machine, I want to create a EC2 instance. So when you create a EC2 instance, you will get an instance created inside this zone. Here a EC2 instance server will be created. A server. It's nothing but a server. It will be created over here. It's a server. What it is? It is just a server. We are creating server. So a request will go to the cloud. So here, when we requested, then a request will go to the cloud, and in this cloud, one of the data center is Mumbai, complete Mumbai region. In this Mumbai region, there are 3 buildings. Each building, it will be near minimum 100 kilometers far away. So I'm taking one building. This is a data center, but I am not saying data center. I'm saying availability zone 1. And in this data center, there will be what a data center will have. It will have thousands of servers there. There will be running thousands of servers. So using in that thousands of servers, you will be allotted one EC2 instance. I will not say it will be allotted one server. I will not say that Amazon will allot you one server. It will not allot you complete server actually. As we discussed in our previous session, if you remember, what I said in the previous session, let me show you that. The picture may clear you. So on the data center, one partition or this one partition will be given to us. It is a virtual machine. This is completely one server. Complete thing is one server. In this one server, this partition will be given to us. This is called one. We can say this as one EC2 instance. This is another EC2 instance. This is another EC2 instance. So the Amazon will pick one partition randomly, and that will give, and it will give to us. Once the EC2 instance is created, but before EC2 instance given to you, you have to tell to the cloud provider, saying what guest OS you want, what OS you want. Those things initially, first guest OS at least you have to say. The remaining application what you want to deploy, that we can do it later. But initially, I want a virtual machine. In that, I want a OS. I want required a OS. Tomorrow we will see how to deploy application. Today we will create an instance, and tomorrow we'll see how to deploy some application and how can we consume it. Tomorrow we'll learn. But today we will create only one instance, and in that we'll create some. We'll select some OS. So this EC2 is nothing but that one slice, one partition. That one partition is created to you. Let's see how can we do that. Before I start the demo, in this theory, do you have any questions? You can ask. You can interrupt me, no problem. I will give 1 minute. You can ask if you have any questions. If you are not asking, then I assume that you are understanding it. Meanwhile, I talk to Samuel. If you have any questions, ask me. Good morning, Samuel.
Good morning.
Hi, Samuel. I am seeing it today. So before I have not seen you. Can you please introduce yourself, please?
Good morning, sir. Myself,
Yes.
Samuel. I'm recently passed out, BTech graduate.
Okay. 2023, Samuel?
Yes, sir. 23 March.
Okay. Okay, you may, and we may not understand few things here. No problem. We will take care that, but you try to understand
Okay,
today's session. Okay. The
okay,
other classes
okay,
we will plan for you. Okay. Right.
okay.
Thank you. So let's implement the same thing. Go to cloud. There are two ways. How can I create an instance? Go to services. You can click on compute. That is one way. Another way is go to click on all services. Click on all services. Here we have option view all services. You see, for each category we have where compute. These are the services under compute. For machine learning, these are all the services. Containers, we have all the services. Like that, we have multiple services available, right? Out of which, if you want to select create EC2 instance, you can go to compute category and click on EC2. That is another way. But normally what we do, we will click on the search box. In this text box we will type the service whatever you want to create. EC2, if I type EC2, you will get the service. Mostly we go use this way. The search box you type, suppose I want to use another storage type like S3. If I type S3, I get a S3 service. If you want to use virtual private cloud, you can say VPC, then you get VPC service. That way mostly we use this way. So I will try now EC2. Click on EC2. So now EC2, you see you got a dashboard. This is another screen for only for EC2 service. You see on the left side we have EC2 dashboard and EC2 global view is there. Why global view? Because as a DevOps engineer, we might require to create our instances on multiple regions. You may want to create on Mumbai region. Also, you will be asked to create another region on Ohio region. Here also they may ask you. So when you're working on multiple regions, at the time, if you want to track where you have created the EC2 instances, then you can click on EC2 global view. As of now, it is EC2 dashboard showing only one region resources, whatever resources we have created on this Mumbai region, only that it is showing. But if you want global, then you have to click on use EC2 global view. So I suggest you that when you practicing, you see which region you have selected. You can use Mumbai region, right? Now when I selected global view, you see the region is no region, now it is showing global. That means all regions it is covering now. So now no instances are there. There are 0 instances in 0 regions. But I suggest you, while in the beginning, at least in the beginning, at least every 4 to 5 days, what you do, click on global view. Maybe sometimes unknowingly, what happens, I tell you. Let me go back. What happens, unknowingly, initially when you see now it should taken me to North Virginia, but my region was Mumbai, right? But suddenly it went to North Virginia, and you practice on North Virginia region, and you create some instances, assume after 10 days after that, then you will be annoying, you did not notice the region name here, you thinking that you are in Mumbai region only, but it has changed automatically, you don't know. But next day you logged in and you selected, you at the time it will come by default Mumbai region. Now the instances you forgot, which you have created on North Virginia, you forgot, so the instances will be running on North Virginia, you don't know, you forget about it. That is the reason what you have to do, at least every 3-4 days you click on global view. At the time what happens, it will show you there are 2 instances running on 2 regions, then you will get idea why it is showing on 2 regions. I am always working on Mumbai region only, why it is showing 2 regions. Then you click on that, it will show clearly on which region the instance is, so that at least you can go there and you can terminate that instance. Otherwise some bills may attract, so but it's okay, the bills will not be more than 5 rupees or 10 rupees, no problem. But safe side I'm saying, that is fine. Anyway, those alerts I will give you now and then, no problem. Now coming to our EC2 topic, you see it is showing that you are using following Amazon EC2 resources in the Asia Pacific Mumbai region. Now instances, nothing but instances, nothing but, see here, don't confuse with the names. Instances, I will say instances, sometimes I will say EC2, I will also say sometimes servers. Okay, all this meaning is virtual machines only. All these are virtual machines. Virtual machines, not complete physical machine, it's a only virtual machine, only this part, only single partition we are working on. This single partition we will say servers, EC2 instances, or virtual machines. All are nothing but virtual machines, right? So most of the people, they say EC2 instances, servers, many names they use, but you try to understand those are nothing but virtual machines. Now it's saying instances. How many? 0. Dedicated hosts. Now, as I told in the demo class, if you want a complete physical machine, you can take it. You can ask to, you can select that option as well. When you select that option, then a complete physical dedicated machine will be provided to you. But it is very expensive. And what is load balancers? We will see. And security group, same like your firewall. Same like your firewall. Now you have created you have created an instance here, so I have to connect to this EC2 instance. Then you have to use a security, you have to allow that the EC2, if you want to connect to EC2, then we have to allow that permission, you have to give that permission in the security group. So this, to allow connect to the EC2 instance, you have to provide that information in the security group. So that means for every connection, whatever resource service you want to connect on the cloud, for every service we need to give a security group. So in the security group, you have to mention, from my laptop I want to connect to this EC2 machine. So to connect to EC2 machine, in what we have to mention in the security group, we will see. So without this security group, we cannot connect to it. First time what we did, we logged in, we connected to the Mumbai region, and then after logging in, we specified what type of server we want. And after that, once server is ready, the next step is how to connect to that EC2 instance. See, this what I am doing today, this we will do multiple times. Every day we do multiple times. Even you confused, no worry, the same will be continued tomorrow every day normally, right? And now click on the left side, click on instances. You see it's a place where it will show if if any EC2 instance is running, it will show here, but as of now no instance is running. Then I want to create a new one. You can click to create a new one, you can click on launch instance or launch instances. Okay, let me click on launch instance here or here, anywhere is fine. I'm clicking on launch instance. Now you see launch an instance. Amazon EC2 allows you to create virtual machine, right? It's not saying physical machine, it's saying virtual machine. By now you should understand what is virtual machine, right? Now our instances both are same that run on the AWS cloud. Quickly gets started by following the simple steps below. Fine, let's start. So now I want to create a Windows server. For example, I want to create a Windows server. So normally which server to be created, everything the team development team will provide us. We will not create ourselves. Every detail will be provided to us. What server to be created, right? And with what configuration, every detail they will provide to us. So what, okay, suppose it is a some it's a web application, something like uh, some application name, like, no, you can give any name, uh, sample project something. Let's say sample project here, sample web project. Okay, it's a web project. Now you see here application and OS images. So in this picture,
Hello, Madan.
yes.
Madan, who will give that? Who will provide that information to us?
The teams actually they internally use, there is a ticket actually internally they use different tools, like one of them is Jira tool. So in the Jira tool, they internally companies use a tool. In that they will mention in the everything details, like what server we want, with what configuration, what is a CPU processors they want, and what RAM they want. Everything they will describe. Everything they describe what OS also they want, everything will describe in that. So
That
basing on that,
means they will
we,
raise a ticket for us to create the server or instances, right?
yes, you are right. There is a
Oh,
ticket. Without that, there will be no tracking, right? So they always have to go with a tracking system. So for that they use one of the tracking system like Jira. So in that, once that they raise a ticket, so some of the DevOps engineer will assign on him. So he will, once he start working on it, once everything will be tracked, so they will mention everything. When they assign on their name, the name will be displayed. Then whoever raised the ticket, they will come to know, okay, some person, so and so person working on that request. So everything will be tracked, and they will give the SLA and everything, the details they will provide, how much time they will take to complete it, everything they will provide the details. As a DevOps engineer, we will provide the details.
okay.
Okay. So now what, now assume they requested us to create a Windows OS. We can select Windows OS, but here you see, before we going to select the OS, what is it? It is an application and OS images. Images is nothing but your binary file. Images are nothing but binary file. Whatever you download, whatever software you download from the internet, those are all called, you call it as a what exe file or binary file. Here another name is there, image. We call it as image as well. Image and binary file are same, both are same. So here it's saying application OS image, right? In short, they say so actually they normally say AMIs. They say AMIs or nothing but Amazon machine image. And AMI is nothing but Amazon machine image, is a template that contains the software configuration like operating system, application server, and applications required to launch your instance. Right? When the instance, that means when the virtual machine is ready, in that your OS will be pre-installed. What you select, that will be installed in it already. So that means here in this picture, the guest OS, we are selecting now the guest OS. What OS we want, that is what we are selecting now. So, and here you see, if you, these are Linux, Amazon Linux, Macintosh OS, Ubuntu, Windows, Red Hat, SUSE Linux, Debian Linux, we have many more. But if your OS is not listed over here, or your whatever application you are looking here is not here, then you can click on browse more AMIs. You can click on browse more AMIs. Just click on it. You see, when you click on it, on quick start we have 47 images. and we have another one, my AMIs. That is our custom AMIs. How can we create our own custom AMIs? What is custom AMI? That we will see in a moment in our coming session. And then we have AWS marketplace AMIs. So these are all trusted OS and applications by the cloud provider. So they have verified it, and they're showing under this how many they are. 9076 as of now. 9076. It will continuously grow. As of now, if you see this in another 1 month later, it may reach to 10,000. So every time they will be adding. So these are all different softwares available here. If you like, if you want to install the softwares, you can always install. These are all trusted and verified. And we have community AMS as well. You see here, published by anyone. Suppose you assume you have your own startup company, and assume you have created some application, and you uh, want to sell it, right? Then you choose a platform like the cloud provider like Amazon. Similarly, if you see in Amazon.in, when you buy products now, you will see a lot of products belongs to very well known companies, and some products which are not that much known companies, right? So anybody can sell. You can also sell any product on the Amazon.in, right? Similarly, here also it comes under community AMIs. But community AMS is not trusted by Amazon cloud provider. But you can once it get popular, then Amazon may treat it as a trusted one. But as of now, if you want to sell your products, you can deploy them under section community AMIs. So in that, you can select whatever you want. These are all modified softwares. Okay, that is about it. Now again, go back on launch an instance. Click on launch an instance again. We are back here, our application name, and now I will select Windows operating system. And you see the Windows operating system, by default it is showing what it is. Amazon machine image, it is showing Microsoft Windows Server 2022 base. It's a server, it is software, and we have to say as an image. It's an image. It is free tier. You see, it is a free tier. You should not select any paid service. You should not select any paid service. But in real time, we get information which one to select. They will ask us like, no, select Microsoft Windows Server 2019 with SQL Server. SQL Server is a database. So if you select this, it will come with both Windows operating system along with SQL Server pre-installed in it, enterprise version. But it is paid one. So that is the reason we should not select while we working on the course. You always go with free tier eligible. Whenever you're practicing, always check for free tier eligible. So I'm going with the default one. Then instance type. You see, so by default for free tier eligible, this is free tier. It is called T2.micro or T2 micro. We always have to use this configuration. This is the hardware configuration we are getting under free tier. In this, what we getting? One CPU, 1 GB memory, 1 GB RAM. We can say only one CPU, only 1 GB RAM. But for us it is fine. But when you're working on Docker and Kubernetes, this configuration is not sufficient. We have to go T2 medium. So when you come down, when you scroll down, we get T2 medium. We want at the time 2 core CPU and 4 GB RAM. At the time we will select it and we'll do it. But as of now, we always have to go with free tier, only 1 GB, 1 GB and 1 CPU. But if you see, if you want in real time, if you want to choose a different CPU and different RAM size, then you can, if you have different information about it, instance types are on the left side. If you see, instance types are there. One moment, I have hidden this. Yeah, it is. So instance types, click on instance types and right click on it. Open link in new tab. We have different types. See, T2 micro already we saw. We have to use that one. Similar T2 small, T2 medium, many are there. T2 large. If you select T2 large, we have 32 GB RAM, 8 core CPU. So accordingly, we can select as per the requirement. Similarly, if we have many more. If you go to another tab, I have clicked on tab number 5. You see, we have even a RAM size of 256 GB RAM. We won't get it in market, right? So 64 core CPU. right? So you can get any, you see 384 GB RAM. Even we will have more than 700 GB RAM. Many are there. So accordingly you can select. So we have these kind of configurations available on the cloud. You can select it whenever required. But as of now, I'm closing it. So let's continue with this T2 micro itself. And key pair. See, key pair name itself saying pair. That means there is a key with two keys. There are two keys actually. That's the reason we are saying it is key pair. Why it is? It is login, for login purpose. You can use a key pair to securely connect to your instance. Okay, so our instance is created. Here your instance is created, fine, but only I have to log into it. No other person should log into it, right? Otherwise there will be no security, right? It is already in the cloud, right? That is the reason the cloud provider should provide good security. So only authorized person has to be allowed to be connect to it. That is the reason we have to use a key pair to securely connect to your instance. Ensure that you have access to the selected key pair before you launch the instance. That means before you launch, how you launch? Just scroll down. Here we have a button called launch instance. If you click it, instance will be launched immediately. But if you don't have a key pair, then you cannot connect to it. Then you cannot connect to it. That is the reason we have to create a key pair. So we have two types of key pairs here. Key pair are two types. One is private key pair and another is public. So a key, private key will be given to us. They will give us when you create a key pair, immediately they will allow to download a private key. We will have the private key and they will keep the public key. Cloud will have the public key. Okay, and private key will be with us. So whenever you try to connect to the key to the instance, then the cloud will do a handshake with our private key and with their public key. They will cross check with private key and public key. They do a handshake and they will confirm that okay is a authorized person to connect to this instance. That is the reason always we have a key pair concept here. So now we'll create a key pair and we'll see how we get a private key. You'll see now. Now click on create new key pair. Here key pairs allow you to connect to your instance securely. Okay, fine. So what I will say, window support, you can see, remember this key pair you will create only one time. You no need to create it multiple times. One key pair is enough to connect to any EC2 instance. Even you create 100 servers, 100 EC2 instances, even then this one key pair is enough. You no need to create multiple key pairs. So while practicing, do not create multiple times. You create, because here you see I have already key pairs created. If I click here, I have some key pairs here. Already I can use them. But to show you, I'm creating a new key pair. So here I will say something. The project name is sample project, right? Sample project. Okay, hyphen key pair. Okay, don't give spaces in the beginning, in the middle, or at the end. Don't give any spaces. Okay, then here key pair type. So actually key pair, it will encrypt it. So whatever private key we getting, it will be encrypted. They use a algorithm, RSA algorithm, and another key pair is there, another algorithm is there, ED25519. It is mostly for
Madan?
Linux. Yes, yes,
Yes.
yes.
Yeah, yeah. Keep here also they will give, or we can create it as per
They will
our.
give, they will give.
Oh,
Who, not the not this will be given
it
by the
is a
cloud.
access, right? We need. It is a
Yeah, yeah.
access, right?
Yes, yes. The key pair will be
Okay.
given by the cloud provider. It is a given by the cloud provider, but we can use it as a DevOps engineers. We use it to connect to it. Key pair we get from the cloud provider,
Okay. Okay.
right? So whatever key pair
Yes.
we're getting from the cloud provider. Now we have two algorithms, RSA algorithms do what? They will encrypt so that others cannot use it. That is the reason we need a algorithm. So cloud also providing a algorithm, RS algorithm, and we have another algorithm. This is mostly used for Linux machines, not for Windows. So RSA, and now the keep a have two formats actually, PEM format, PPK format. Okay, normally we use PEM format. For PPK format, you have to install a software called Putty, but that we will see sometime later. We normally won't use much, but I will introduce to Putty also later. But as of now, we will go with the default selections, and we have a PEM format, and click on create key pair. Here you see, when prompted, store the private key in a secure and accessible location on your computer. You will need it later to connect to your instance. So you have to store it. Now when I click on create pair, you see it asks us to download it. Click on it. See, it is saying it is downloading. See, now it is downloaded. By default, it downloaded on the downloads folder. Okay, let me check that once. So it's a key pair. You see, sample web project key pair. So a key pair relates to a project. The project name is something I gave here. So if you want to see it, you can see it. Right click on it. If you have installed if you have installed Notepad++, fine. Otherwise, you can use your normal Notepad. If you can install, you can install Notepad++. It's not mandatory. If you have, fine. Click on edit with Notepad++. You see, we got a key. See, it's a key. So this cannot be hacked by anyone. This is a very secure key. So using this key, we have to connect to our server, our EC2 instance. Okay, that is there. That is fine. Key is ready now. We have key pair now, right? What we did till now, given a name, selected a OS, that's all, and the instance type is selected and key pair is selected. Then networking stuff, I will not tell you today. Just be like, let it be like that. And then security. And okay, one thing I want to show here. Click in the network settings. Click on edit button. So this is a default virtual private cloud. What it is, I will tell you, but it's like your data center. It's a private data center that I will explain a little bit later. But as of now, it's a VPC, virtual private cloud. You see here, subnet topic came here, subnet. When you click here, subnet, here you see three zones showing here, 1A, 1B, 1C. So in Mumbai, we have three zones. So these are the three zones. Hope you are able to see here. These are the zones which we have discussed in our previous session about zones, right? These are three zones now. So the three zones here, I'm saying no preference. That means one of the zone will be randomly picked. One of the zone will be randomly picked. But I'm not interested to select in one particular zone. But at some situation we have to select some particular zone only. At what is that situation? I will explain when we working on that particular service. As of now, no preference will be given, not required, right? And create security group. Security group by default we got a name launch wizard 2. You can keep it, but normally we change to we will give a normal meaningful name, sample web project SG. You can give SG. SG stands for security group, so that you can easily understand, okay, it is a security group. And your project name, a meaningful name should be given without any space. The same you can copy paste on your description as well. Now you see we using a TCP protocol with the type RDP. RDP is a remote desktop protocol. Remote desktop protocol. Okay, and this why we require this protocol. See, as I told you, in the security group we have to mention a protocol to connect to this instance. So what is this is what the security group. So what where we doing in the security group only, right? In the security group, here it's saying firewall. You see, it is saying firewall, but firewall and security both are same. See, in the bracket it is saying security groups. So these are the nothing but firewall only. So here we are saying how who can connect to our machine, who can connect to our machine. So from our laptop, I want to connect this machine remotely. I cannot go to data center, right? Sitting on my machine, I want to connect to it. So to establish a connection on the internet, we have to use a protocol called RDP. RDP is a protocol. It allows you to connect to that system. But again, if you want to access application inside this EC2 instance, suppose in this server, what we do, we will install software applications, right? So again, to access that application, we need another protocol. Connecting to the server itself, we require one protocol, and accessing the applications inside that server, we need another protocol. So everything we have to control using the firewall or security group. I will not use firewall, I will use security group. Everything. So if you want to add another security group rule, you can click on add security group rule. When you click on it, then you can add one more rule. Suppose I want to access the application, then you have to, as I told you, we need another protocol you have to give, like HTTP protocol we have to give. That I will explain tomorrow. So for that, you have to click on add security group rule. Then you can add, like this, you can add multiple rules to it, so that we will restrict only those people you can connect to it. We can restrict them. Now you see, we are connecting fine, that is fine, we are connecting to it. But who and after that is a connection. So so from my machine, who can connect? So in a security group, we are saying to connect it, we require RDP, but who can connect? Anybody who are authorized, anybody, source type, anywhere here is she 0 0.0.0.0.0. That means anybody can connect with this RDP and with this key pair. With this key pair and with this RDP connect protocol, anybody can connect to it. If whoever having this RDP and that key pair, anybody can allow. No, I don't want to allow anybody. I want to allow only myself. I want to work. Then you can select my IP. If you select my IP, then I will get only my IP. Only I can connect to it. But I want to allow others also. Then you can select anywhere, or you can customize also. You can customize and you can select other options. You can give other options. These things we'll discuss in detail. But as of now, just be with me. Just select anywhere. And by default, our EC2 instance will get a hard disk of size 30 GB. By default, we get hard disk of 30 GB. When you buy your desktop or laptop, we get some hard disk size, right, 500 GB, right? Similarly, for here also, we get 30 GB. We get 30 GB. But here we will not say hard disk. We will say volume. Here you see, add new volume. If you want to add new volume, you can add it. I will discuss in detail these things in coming sessions. But as of now, Windows system will contain 30 GB. And the hard disk type will be like this: general purpose SSD, GP3, GP2, IO1, provisional IOPS, input output per second, input output per second, input output per second. So there are variations, IO1, IO2. Again, from top to bottom, the prices will decrease. This is very costly. This is little bit less costly, like that. From top to bottom, cost will decrease. When you come down, we have magnetic standard also. It is very cheap. It's very cheap. So for now, we will be with the default one. GP2 is selected, let it be. And now come down, advanced details we will not see now, we will see later. But just come down, how many instances you want. If you want 100, you can simply say 100 here, but don't never use 100. Don't go more than 5 instances when you're practicing. You can, if you want 100, you can 100 will be created within minutes. But I want only one now. As of now, I want only one. What software I have selected? Microsoft Windows Server 22. It is a summary. What is the virtual server I have taken? T2 Micro. Security group I have selected, and then click on launch instance. I'm clicking on launch instance. So in successfully initiated launch of instance. Now instance will be, you click on this ID, I-ID, click on it. A new tab will be opened here, and you see your instance is preparing. Instance state pending. On the top, this cross button you can close. Pending in pending state. We have to wait. For Linux machines, it will be very fast. but Windows servers will take some time. I'm refreshing it. Now it is running state. Now it's a running state. After that, when you select this instance, if you select this instance, we get some details here. Like as I told you, public IP, private IP. So this is a public IP and this is a private IP. We will discuss on these details in more detail. And this is our security group and this is our storage. We will discuss these things, monitoring, everything we'll discuss in detail. But as of now, uh, even you go to storage, if you see click on storage now, you will see here our volume, our hard disk. Volume or hard disk are both are same. It is attached now. It's 30 GB. If you go to a security, whatever security group you have selected, that will come here. It will show here. Every resource will have a unique ID. Here sample web project. The name we are given, but it also will have a ID. SG-ID. Here you see top I-ID. I means instance. Here SG means security group. Similarly, storage. Here it is ID is starts with VOL volume and ID. So by seeing the first letters, you can understand what type of resource it is. Anyway, now how to connect to this machine now? Click on connect button here. Before I connect, you also try to understand instance state. You click on this instance state. We have three different states. You can stop it. After stopping, you can start it. You can reboot it. You can hibernate it. You can terminate it. So click on connect button. Here we have three tabs. Go to the second tab, RDP client. Now in this, what you have to do is you have to click on the download remote desktop file. This is a tool which helps us to connect to the instance, EC2 instance. To connect to this instance, we require a tool. Okay, from our laptop to this instance, we need a tool, a software. That is the one, download remote desktop file. Just click it. It's saying keep. Do you want to keep it anyway? Keep it. It is downloaded. Go to a downloads folder. Now you see with a logo, computer logo, this is already downloaded. And now what we are trying to do, we are trying to connect to this machine. So to connect to this machine, you already provided the security group, required security group, everything in place. What we required to connect to this machine, we required first of all key pair, the private key what we have, that we have to give before connecting to it. Otherwise it will not allow you. Second, we need username and password to connect to this machine. Three things we require. So what Windows will do, first you see your username is already there, administrator is already there, but that means username is already there, but password is not there. So what is saying, click get password, click on this. So what is saying, use your private key to retrieve and decrypt the initial Windows administrator password for this instance. And what is the key pair we used? Key pair name is sample web project key pair, and our instance ID is this one. To this instance we are connecting, and this is a key pair and a private key. So what here we have, upload private key pair. So we have to upload the key pair. So click on it and go to the location download. In downloads we have, and this is a key pair, right? Sample web, this is a key pair .pem. This you select and click on open button. Now the key pair, everything came over here. Everything is came over here, right? Just come down. Now click on decrypt password. When you click on decrypt password, it will give a password now. See, this is a password. We have the username, you have the password. So copy this password, you just click on the icon, that's all. No need to copy manually like this. Just click on this copy icon and temporarily for time being save somewhere here. Not required, but save it somewhere. No, not mandatory. Then next what? I have downloaded this tool, right? Download remote desktop tool I have downloaded, right? Go there. Here it is. Double click on it. It will ask you to connect. Click on connect button. And before you click on the connect button, try to observe remote computer EC2 1320119498. It is showing, right? So Allow me just 5 more minutes. Tomorrow I sharp 5 we will stop. Today just 5 more minutes. So you see this is a machine. You see this is a server. It is running is to instance running. This is having a public key, right? The same public key here it will be displayed. See 13.201, 194, 1898. The same thing here. So automatically the public IP will be displayed here. Now click on connect button. Now by default username will come here, administrator. Only password we have to give. The password I already copied here, right, on the notepad. The same thing you have to provide here. I pasted here and then click on OK. Again one more window come, just click yes button. You see now we are connecting to that server which is on the data center. It will take 1 minute. So a brand new uh, virtual machine is created for you. It is installed OS as well, the OS which the one which we selected while creating the instance. It is first time, so it will take some time to prepare everything. Here just click yes button. Now your server is ready now. If you minimize, see minimize button is there. If you can minimize it, when you minimize it, you will see our laptop, our screens you can see. Here if you click again, you will go to the server. On the right side you see the server IP address will be displayed. It is a private IP. This is a public IP. Private IP, if you remember the last 2 octets, that is 11.200. Just remember 11.200. It's a private IP address. 11.200. Just minimize. You see you have the private key ending with 11.200. That means the same machine. It is the same machine we have connected just now. And here everything, and you can work here whatever want you can work. You have the Windows Explorer. You can click on the Windows Explorer, right? We have C drive. Click on this PC. We have C drive here. So the C drive we got 30 GB, right? Out of 30 GB, 15 GB already consumed by the Windows operating system, and only remaining 15 GB available. So now you can open here and you can create your whatever work you can do here. You can create a folder here, right? So this way we can create a remote instance. Remotely you can create a EC2 instance, a Windows instance. And tomorrow we'll try to understand more on this, more what we can do on this, more activities what we can do on this. We'll learn tomorrow. So close this. Okay, this is just a basic introduction to how to create a EC2 instance, and in that we have chosen Windows operating system. In coming days, we also create Linux machines as well, but for few days we will play with Windows instance, and after that we will go to our Linux machines as well. Okay, now minimize it. Next, what we have to do? We have saw that. Then I'm stopping the session. Before that, what I have to do? I have to terminate this machine. I should not keep on running it, right? I should not keep on running it. So go to instance. I have to terminate it. And before I terminate, if you see on the left side, go down, you see under section elastic block store, we have volumes. So the hard disk attached to this instance, EC2 instance, will be shown under volume section. Click on volumes. See, this is a volume. The same volume attached to our EC2 instance, which is in use. Now, what I do, if I delete this instance, select this. If I terminate now, instance type and terminate instance. Click on terminate. So along with the instance, our volume will also. Now you see your remote desktop service session has ended. The remote computer is shutting down. So this will be shutting down. the server will be shutting down. That is gone now. The machine is gone now. That means it's revoked now. They will take it back. The connection is removed now. No connection now. There is no connection now. The server is released now. It is released back to the cloud. No charges applied now. So but for us it is free for 12 months, no problem. And if I refresh here, the volume also should vanish here. See, the volume also gone, right? The instance also terminated, right? It is terminated. This way, every day when you practice, you have to clean up all the resources whatever you have created. Thank you. If you have any questions, you can ask tomorrow's class. First 5-10 minutes I can give some time, we can discuss if you have any questions on today's session. And this recording will be shared to you all. You can discuss tomorrow, right? Okay, thank you very much. We will meet tomorrow. Take care. Bye.